Sean is a native Angelino who loves to travel. It all began when he was 3 years old and his grandmother finished up his potty training on his first cross-country flight. A few things have changed since then, but some are the same. He's still potty trained and still loves to travel. Sean recently celebrated 12 years with his partner, and despite his paralyzing fear of boats, he's been on more boats in the past decade while traveling than in his entire life. Storytelling and travel go hand in hand, I believe. So whatever happens, Sean always ends up with a good story to tell. This is the first time he's been here, so please give a warm welcome to Sean Ewert.
All right, lift this bad boy. Thanks, Pablo. All right. I am 10 years old, and my parents are not into the Christmas thing. No. There was a half-hearted attempt at Christmas when I was about 3 years old. The remnants of that failed Christmas are all around me. A broken Christmas tree stand here, a dirty Santa hat there. My parents were done with Christmas. The season no longer had reason, and something had stolen their jingle. Perhaps it was a backlash from their intense, unhappy, parochial upbringing. As for me this season, I have only one thing on my mind. I want a Rubik's Cube. I'm obsessed. Those primary colors, that pleasing plastic sound as you twist it, the deep satisfaction of getting at least one side right, which is all I can do at this point. And I have to borrow my friend's Rubik's Cube at school to practice, which has become completely uncool. I want a real Rubik's Cube and not some brand ripoff. Now, it may seem quaint today, but back in the 70s and 80s, when you ask for a name brand anything and you end up with the generic, whether it's a fake Izod shirt, knockoff Levi's, or something that looks like a Nike shoe, life gets really crazy at school. You immediately lose status. It's as if you walk into the classroom with your off-brand stuff and an alarm goes off and you want to die. I want a Rubik's Cube, a real one. And of course, at 10, I don't have the capability to understand that my parents are doing their very best, and off-brand is better than going new to school. And something tells me I should be grateful for any present I get, but the ribbing I get at school overrides any sense of empathy I should have. So enter my grandmother. The woman literally secretes Christmas. If the whole year was Christmas, she'd be happy. Each year, my parents drop me off to spend the holiday break with my grandmother and roll their eyes when my grandmother and I, scream Merry Christmas to each other and go running to each other across the courtyard. My parents speed away as fast as they can. Grandma says, "Okay, Sean, I've got everything planned. We're going to assemble my Christmas card list, but I need your help as I can't see as well, and I need you to help me mail things, and your desk is set up over here." My grandma shows me my space, and I look across into her living room. Her big tinsel tree is up, and it literally looks like she took It's a Small World and exploded it inside her apartment. Remember those color wheels? I know I'm stretching here. She would plug the color wheel ahead. It would do, the lights, the green, the red would go on the wall. And then I'd walk around her apartment and then some Santa thing would start babbling in the corner. Man, I love this stuff. And I say, "Grandma, I gotta ask you something. All the kids at school have a..." She cuts me off. She says, "No time to chat. We're getting ready to go downtown. We have to hit the sales." I'm like, "Drats. The Rubik Cube request will have to wait." So downtown 1970s Los Angeles is a gritty, messy, scary, loud, polluted, beautiful, wonderful thing. The department stores still have their wide escalators and brass poles and oak paneling. It's the last gasp of that wonderful grandeur of the big luxury stores in downtown Los Angeles. And my parents count on these shopping trips with my grandmother because it pays for my clothes for the whole year, and we don't have enough money for them to buy it for me. So after I'm trying on lots of clothes, I'm dragging around shopping bags full of what? Off-brand clothing. Once again, the animal on my polo won't be a crocodile, but more something the crocodile would eat. Grandma, I want a Rubik's Cube. Grandma looks at me like I'm insane or speaking another language. A what? It's a toy, a puzzle thing. It's important that it's a real Rubik's Cube. Can I show you where they are in the store? I mean, I'm really working this. She says, we'll see if we have time. Oh, she is missing my desperation. I'm running out of time on this shopping trip. While we wait for the bus to take us to our next destination, I lock eyes with the Santa bell ringer on the corner. Now, sometimes, you all know this, sometimes it's hard to tell in Los Angeles if the bell ringers are real or false. So I feel my grandmother tap me on the shoulder, and she gives me a couple bucks, and I carefully approach the bell ringer and put the cash in his pot. And I take a closer look at this Santa. He's more man than Santa. He's grateful, and he smiles, and I'm taken back because he has no teeth. And privately, I think to myself, ugh, off-brand Santa. The bus arrives, and we head over to the church. This is not parent-sanctioned, and Grandma doesn't care. My parents made it clear that I wasn't to be exposed to any religion ever in any way, no matter what, at all. My grandmother's answer to this, it's not religion, it's Christmas. It's our secret. Don't tell them. So we enter the cathedral, and my grandma shows me how to light a candle for my grandfather who died in the 1940s. And the incense and the music and the holiday decorations, it's all so magical. The saints look down on us while we sit. My grandmother closes her eyes and says some prayers, and I just sit there. And then I think, a prayer. I have one. I want a Rubik's Cube. Ugh. So I say, whoever you are, my name is Sean. I really want an on-brand Rubik's Cube, not a knockoff. Please tell my grandma, thank you. And I assume praying is like sleeping, so I sleep. I mean, my grandma wakes me up, and then, we head home. So back at my grandma's apartment, we send out her Christmas card list, we make cookies, we sleep, we play Old Maid, and I know, right? And we watch animated holiday movies with the claymation. Christmas morning comes, and I'm sitting by her tinsel tree, just staring at it. What if the Rubik's Cube isn't there? Or worse, what if it is there? It is not a real one. My parents will never buy this for me. This is my last chance. My grandma comes out of her bedroom with a great big box, and she's like, I got you your own tinsel Christmas tree to set up at your house. It's going to drive your parents crazy. She's got this massive grin on her face. And she goes, oh yeah, and I got you this. I slowly unwrap it. I'm so excited. I am so excited I can barely open it. I peek inside just a little bit. And holy cow, it's a real Rubik's Cube. I almost pass out. My grandma says to me, Merry Christmas, Sean. I couldn't do Christmas without you.